Greetings, friends. Sun's back, and it's time for the drive home. So, how have you been? What's been going on in your life? I hope it's been good. Everybody's life should be going fairly well. That's how I feel. So, what shall we discuss today? Well, somebody said I got a voucher for a 10-inch pyrite statue. Anything I want. So, what do I want? It's a really good question. I don't know what I want. What do I want a 10-inch pyrite statue of? It's just such a weird little request or thought. I mean, we're talking about fool's gold here, so it would look shiny but not too tacky. I mean, honestly, I think that's my biggest problem with gold, is it just looks tacky. I don't like yellow metals. I'm not a real big fan of them. Give me platinum, silver. Those are all good. Titanium. I mean, hell, all you have to do is look at my wedding ring. Tungsten carbide. I like good, strong, durable, industrial stuff. So pyrite. Pyrite. Unless I'm getting completely confused, and it's I'm pretty sure pyrite's full of gold, but I am not a metallurgist, so 10-inch figure. That's a pretty good size. I have to think. You know, actually, what would probably be really cool is a 10-inch figure, because it's one of my favorite vehicles from anything ever. Is the dropship from Aliens. So maybe if I got a 10-inch figure of that, that would be pretty impressive. Set that on my desk. Get to look at that and just remember the movie. Good times. I don't know if I could get like a series of sculptures, just somebody to do a bunch of stuff. I've got so many role-playing characters that I'd love to have immortalized in some way. And I mean, just having them drawn would be great. I mean, that's, for the longest time, I just had images in my head, and that's where my characters would come from. Nowadays, I look in my massive folder full of downloaded character images from forums and galleries and stuff like that, and just go, that kind of looks like what I want to play today. Let's go ahead and choose that. So yeah, I wish I could draw. I wish I had artistic talent. That'd be fantastic. But I don't know. There we are. Let's see here. Nerd lore arguments. I try to keep myself away from that too much. You know, I like to walk that thin line. I enjoyed both Star Wars and Star Trek. How about that? A little bit of everything. I think probably the funniest nerd lore argument that I can actually think of that I've gotten into recently, like at all, and I was proven wrong, which was fine. I'd rather have real information than be right, or just pretend that I'm right. Was the classes of starships in Star Trek, because the 1701D is, if I remember correctly, a Galaxy-class starship. And so I was referring to the 1701, and thusly the 1701A, as a Constellation-class starcraft, or starship, as the case would be. And I was corrected that no, it is a Constitution-class. And I went, that doesn't make any sense. When the D is a Galaxy-class, shouldn't the smaller variant be a Constellation class? And I was proven wrong. No, it is indeed a Constitution class, because the first ship of that class was the USS Constitution, and so on and so forth. And I always thought that was funny, because whenever I ran like sci-fi games or anything in which a government's classifications of ships or anything was taken into account, I never took into account what the first of that run was. I usually took into account what the like something that scaled. Like I had fast attack craft be like Stiletto class, and the heavier attack class be dagger class. or sword class, and then you get all the way up to like the artillery ships were ballista class, and you know, to the broadsword class and claymore class and things of that nature. So you're taking the weaponry equivalent, and the bigger you got, the larger the ship was. But that's how I did things. Obviously, it turns out I did things incorrectly, at least as far as the world's navies go, but that's what I had stuck in my mind. So I went, well, you know, the D's a Galaxy class, so you have the originals as a Constellation class, and they're like, no, it's a Constitution class. But Constitution makes no sense. But in my mind, it made no sense, but it did make sense. So there was that. What would be a non-waste of spray tan? There is no non-waste of spray tan. Spray tan is a waste. If you want to tan, go sit in the sun for a bit. If you can't sit in the sun, like in your dark climate or something like that, tanning beds, I guess, are your next best thing. But you don't need a spray tan. That shit is fake looking. You can always tell if you've been spray tanned, and it never looks good. And therefore, calling somebody like Trump a waste of spray tan just kind of doubles up on it, because the product itself is a waste, and therefore any usage of it is a waste. But if you are a waste of a wasteful material, that means you're not even worth the wasteful material. Or another thing that I like to refer to people I'm rather unhappy with are wastes of carbon. Mainly because carbon is so plentiful that it's difficult to waste it. But if you're a waste of carbon, therefore you are a waste to such a degree that even the usage of carbon on you is just... It could be better well spent turning paper into coal, into charcoal, or something along those lines. So, you know, it's like, good job. You're such a worthless pile of meat that even carbon is wasted on you. Air is wasted on you. Please give me back my oxygen. But there we are. Anyways, pleasant thoughts, and I'll see you at home.